Hello everybody, how's everybody going? I hope everybody's having a good day. This video here is entitled Mad Money Mark's Story. For those of you who don't know, I'm a published author and I wrote the book Mad Money, 12 Foundational Principles to Make More Money at Half the Time with Half the Stress, because I kept getting the question. People always wanted to know, hey Joe, how do I make more money? So I did a video on this channel called How to Make More Money. If you guys haven't checked it out, you can go check it out for more information. But this video here is part one of actually how I was able to write Mad Money. So, and this was inspired by a guy named Mark. So, I'm a corporate trainer at a financial services company. So one day I was leaving work, and there was this guy outside. His name was Mark, and he was like, hey, how are you? My name is Mark. I see that you work for X company. I said, yeah, that's correct. He was like, hey man, I want to know, like, do you got any tips or anything on how I might be able to get inside the company? So I said, hey, this is what you do. Try this. So he said, all right. He thanked me and he went about his way. 2 days later, ran into him again. He said, hey, Joe. I'm like, hey, Mark, how's it going? He was like, well, you remember that thing that you told me about? I said, yes. He said, well, I tried it and I guess it didn't fully work. You got anything else you can help me out with? So I gave him another tip or some more tips to try. I said, well, try this. So he tried that. Just so happened he was very persistent. He came back on the third day again, and I was like, hey, Mark. He's like, hey, Joe. And he's like, hey, I tried that or whatever, but I guess it still didn't work. So I said, well, hey, here's a recruiter. Try this, see if that works. And the reason why I talk about this story is because, Mark was very frustrated, because they don't teach us actually how to make more money. In college, in high school, in elementary school, especially if you don't have rich parents. Most of us are not going to go out and try to learn this information. So we wind up not learning about this, and if we do learn about it, a lot of times it's too late. So the moral of the story is this, is that I want to go over eight principles as tied to the book on why Mark wasn't having a hard time struggling on making money. As I mentioned previously before, the number one way to make money is mastery. You have to get good at something. Once you get good at something, people will seek you out. But number one, knowledge. I don't believe that Mark actually had the knowledge on how to actually get seen. He was still trying to figure it out. That's another reason why he kept asking me if I had any tips. He was trying to get knowledge. So principle number one to mastery is knowledge. Number two, continual learning. He was willing to continue to learn because he kept asking me questions, but continual learning helps out with mastery. Number three is practice. You got to practice. He was practicing, asking me questions and trying to execute, so I will give him credit for that. Number four was adaptability. You got to know how to adapt. But this is really the middle part of it where I think where he really had a hard time. Because you could be good at something, but you got to know how to attract the right opportunities. So, principle number five is branding. Mark didn't necessarily have a brand for our company because every company and every job is looking for a specific brand, or they're looking for a specific candidate on what do they meet the qualifications for that position. So Mark's brand, obviously, according to our company, they probably didn't feel like his brand was strong enough. Hence the reason probably why he never got a call back or he wasn't getting no traction. The second thing is marketing. Principle number 6 is marketing. You gotta know how to market yourself in this competitive career environment. Like I said, it's not enough to be good at it. You gotta build a brand first. What do you stand for? What are your ideas? What are your principles? What are you all about? Then you gotta be able to market that appropriately to the person that you're trying to get in front of. And then also too, number 7 is network, which he tried to use me as a part of my network because networks grant you access. So that was also part of the reason why he was trying to ask me on, hey, can you help me out? He figured since I'm on the inside, I can be a part of his network and then I can, get him in. And then the last one is advertising. Usually once you have once you have a brand, you know how to market and you have a network, then you can go out and advertise. And you can have multiple people advertising on your behalf. That's how all of this stuff scales up. So this is just part one of how I was able to write the book Mad Money in regards to people making more money with half the time, with half the stress. If you guys have any comments, thoughts, concerns, or anything like that, please feel free to reach out to me in the comments below, and have a good day. Simmons out.